y'all.
Hey.
I'm Ebony.
And I'm Shakora.
And welcome to the Unapologetically Us podcast, where we talk about life, mental health, fitness, finances, and everything in between. Thank you for joining us today. If you're new here, welcome, and we hope that you enjoyed the episode on today. We are back again with another episode on a cold, chilly day in November.
And another one. Wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that.
But anyway, child, listen, what's been going on with you? Spin up.
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Okay.
It is. But I want to talk a little bit within my child listen about just character. And I know, I kind of just been on lately with just people doing the right thing and all that, but just character and sometimes having to step out of your character. And I know you said a little bit about that too, but it's just been really, really, really like playing on my top. And trying to maintain character and try not to allow people to make you step out of your character. But then even within yourself, trying to figure out like what really is my character, because like I said before, I'm a firecracker. I'm house off. But just trying to do that differently, and with age comes wisdom, and wanting to do differently and practice or to move gracefully and show people more grace and things like that, and just battling with the weight of the world causing you to step out of character or your ideal character. And so it's kind of just been challenging for me a little lately, why different situations keep happening to me. And maybe it's, we go through things for reasons. Everybody go through things for certain reasons, but I think just different aspects of my life, my character lately is being challenged, and having to try to remain humble and say, hey, what is your character? How can you do things differently? And are you still responding the way that you would have responded 10 years ago? And if you are, it's a you thing and you need to check yourself. So just trying to maintain my character while establishing what that looks like, while saying, hey, you should be doing X, Y, and Z, not cutting up. But just feeling that weight of my character being challenged. But I'm making it through it. I'm encouraging myself, talking about it, using those different supports. So yeah, child, listen, it's been tough, but I'm getting it. I'm also willing to accept whatever the lesson is in it. So yeah, what about you, girl? How it's been for you?
Child, listen, adulting is trash. I need 2 new tires and a front wheel alignment.
Just when you thought you had some extra money in the savings.
2 new tires and a front wheel alignment, and I still haven't got that crack on my windshield fixed, so I gotta get that fixed.
Let's not talk about the cracks on the windshield. I have one of those too.
But you can maneuver through your inspection. I can't. That crack is dead in my
Oh yeah, because I just got an inspection.
And guess how I got the crack? Doing a good deed.
Yep.
When I was moving, I had went to Goodwill and I had dropped off some clothes that I was no longer wearing and no longer using, and I was on my way back to my sister's house to get the rest of my things so that I could move into my new place. And as soon as I hit the interstate, a truck kicked back a big stupid rock and cracked my windshield.
Why? Just why?
And then if people like, oh, windshield ain't nothing but X amount of dollars, me not thinking I have a camera. I have a front camera
on the windshield.
Yes. So if y'all see me with an OnlyFans, just mind your business. I'm just showing my toes. I'm just showing my feet. That's it. I'm gonna get a good little pedicure or something. I'm just showing my feet.
Just the feet.
Yes, I need 2 new tires, a front wheel alignment, and a new windshield.
So, child, listen. You got some work to do.
Adulting is trash. And it's Christmas time. My birthday is a little under 2 months away.
Yeah. You know, that's how it always happened to you. You know, you're trying to save, plan, and boom.
We talked about strippers last episode. Go back and watch and see what we talked about. And don't mind your business if y'all catch me at one little hole in the wall strip club. You know, I gotta start the hole in the wall.
You gotta go somewhere where you don't know nobody first.
No, you gotta build your way up. You can't just automatically go to King of Diamonds.
No. I'm saying somewhere where you like the hole in the wall, somewhere you don't know nobody, and get your practice.
I don't care if y'all catch me in there. Just mind your business. I already know what my stripper song is gonna be anyway.
What's the stripper song?
Migos All Ass or Tila Showing Up. So if you hear those two, and you see me come around the corner, just mind your business. Somebody gotta pay for these tires and this front wheel alignment and this new windshield on top of the $50,000 in bills that I pay every month.
It be like that. It be like that. It be like that.
This is a good transition into today's topic. Because it's not giving what it's supposed to give. We is talking about today when expectations don't meet the reality. And the expectation that I had as a child, the adult was fun. Being an adult.
when she saw that dream car black on black, she didn't think it was gonna need a new windshield.
Not this quick. Not this quick. I just knew. I was like, oh, we good. I'm talking, y'all, I ain't had that car 6 months. I bought that car in April. I moved in August.
Yep.
And me and that windshield been holding on since August. I ain't even gonna tell my business like that because the feds could be listening. But just know that's been on there for a while, and now I'm nearing crunch time where I gotta get fixed. I'm needing a new inspection sticker. So yeah. But yeah, the expectation of being an adult was money just came out of nowhere. Yeah. That's what I thought. It was on money just came out of nowhere. Yeah, the saying of, you think money grow on trees? It grow on some, because y'all always seem to find a way to get it some kind of way. It was fun. You got to do whatever you want to do. Stay up late when nobody tell you to go to bed, when to get up, what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, what, you know, whatever. When to take a bath, not too much hot water, whatever. You thought it was fun. And the reality of it is,
it's not.
It has its moments.
It's not.
But it's not fun. But when you gotta, when it's you that got to find the money to get the stuff done, when it's you that has to pay the bills. I was sitting up in my apartment the other day, and I said, "Ooh, Lord, I thank you, because it was you." I've been paying rent for over a year now. And there was times I was like, I really gotta give these people the money, huh, God?
This really have to happen, God.
I really gotta pay them. And I did. And I've been thankful that I've been able to have a job that has afforded me the means to, you know, at least get my rent paid.
Yes. Well, that's good.
But
you know,
it's still adulting. Trash.
Yes, I mean, I can relate, you know, just that expectation when you were a kid. And of course, you know, your parents would tell you, oh, it's hard, and we talked about, you know, not getting everything that you wanted at the time, but that still was out the window. Like, we had those little you had those little things would tell you, do you want a big house, a mansion, or this, to that, and
you thought it was so
it was just, yep, I'm gonna have a mansion, I'm gonna drive this type of car, this gonna be my husband, I'm gonna have this many kids. And that was just the expectation of, like, just seeing on TV, you know, even when we were little, they had that that TV show on, what it was, Cribs, when they go through and they show you all the different things going on in people's house, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have that.
Walk-in closet, his and her closet,
exactly.
his and her things.
Babe,
a living room, a den, a dining room, a game room, a media room.
Like, what I gotta do all that? Like, it's not given. Mm-hmm. It's like, what do I have to do? And so being able to get to a point where you're like, this not what I thought. This not it. Mm-hmm. But it's hard. I mean, and then just being grateful for what you do have, the things that you do have. I mean, but still, that ideally it wasn't it.
What you expected was not what's your reality at the moment.
Yes, because even with me starting a business, so
talk to the people,
because it took
mm-hmm.
it took some time for me to want a business, because at first, just fully transparent, I didn't want a business.
Yeah.
I knew what I wanted my career path to be. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to school, because truth be told, I really didn't even want a master's.
Yeah.
I was going to get my bachelor's degree and I was done. And so then, of course, with growth, wanting to pursue the master's and everything else after that. But I didn't want a business. I knew I wanted my license. But I wanted to work in the hospital setting. When I left work, that was it. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, with growth and you're getting exposure to more things, you're learning more things, and then you essentially find a different path, and that's fine. But the expectation behind that, even starting a business, you don't have to work for nobody. You working for yourself. You make your own schedule. You work when you want, leave when you want. Expectation is like, yes, this is it. And just being even fearful in doing that, because it was tough for me. I had to go through my little season of being in fear and then stepping out, even though in fear, or taking the leap when scared and things like that. But the expectation behind the business was, this is ideal.
Yeah.
This is what you want. And then you get in it, you jump into it, you like, whew.
Yeah.
Where that paycheck on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Why? And so you have to grow into and understand that you gonna work more in your business for yourself.
Absolutely.
Than you are. It's 12, 1 o'clock at night. I'm submitting claims. I'm adding clients to the portal. Just doing all types of stuff as it relates to, but that's the price. That's the price you pay, and just having to accept that. But saying that my expectations for this business, baby, is not what reality looks like, And so I'm hoping that it can get there, mm-hmm. but just having to be okay with going through the process mm-hmm. of it may not happen when you want it to happen. It will essentially mm-hmm. happen. But not when you want, may not come when you want them. But it'll be there right on time.
And with the business thing or whatever, because even with me, it's like you just... Well, actually, I can even say what I expected starting a business.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody in my family really had started a business. Or my uncle, I had an uncle that did some things here and there, but not for the magnitude of what I wanted. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say it like that. I ain't gonna say nobody has. Like, people probably have, but what I envisioned, nobody had. So then when you go into it, you don't know what to expect, and you're mm-hmm. seeing certain things. In a way, it is glorified. Yeah. It's like, like you said, I can take vacation, and I can do this, and I can set my schedule, and if I don't want to have to work one day, I don't have to work every day, and I don't have to answer nobody, and all that good stuff. And then the more you dig into it and you look at the reality of it is, those things are true, like you said. But I learned that when you are doing your own business, time is money. Mm-hmm. So that time that you... it's like you can take a week off from your 9 to 5 and you can still get paid. Mm-hmm. But you take a week off from your 9 to 5, from your business, it is a lot you gotta do on the front end, or a lot you gotta do on the back end to still make sure that your money is still rolling in. Yeah. And so, you have a little more freedom as to, like, I don't have to ask for time and get it approved and stuff like that. But you have to maneuver around. But what you have to think about this week off is making sure that whatever needs to be done up until then is done.
Yep.
Like even in your 9 to 5, some of them you can probably BS a little bit and not get all your stuff done before you hit vacation, but you're gonna hit it when you get back.
Yes.
But as an entrepreneur, it's like if these things got to be done within this week, I gotta do it before I take these days off.
Absolutely.
And then with the paycheck, you were saying, I'm learning too, and just because it say net 5 days or net 10 days or net 30 days or whatever you set your payment terms on, don't mean you gonna get that money when you say when they say or whatever. And it's not that they don't have the money. It could be they forgot. Yeah. Like your pay, depending on what you're doing, is literally at the mercy of somebody else.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
So where I know right now with my 9 to 5, every other week that check hitting my account. But when it comes to your business, that money gonna hit when them people decide to pay.
Absolutely.
And then for me, I have clients I do accounting for. And sometimes they paying you has to result on somebody paying them.
Absolutely.
So it's like, the reality of it is like, to me, at times, being an entrepreneur is more stressful than having a 9 to 5.
Oh yes. Definitely.
Definitely. That he may not come when you want, but he always on time. That tells true.
So true.
You doing a business, and then you have to even factor, you have to think about, like we both pray that we get to the point that we can hire people to, to work for us or whatever. And I know for me as a boss, or even me as a current supervisor, I think the one that's there could say, she's cool. I'm not in your business about what you want and why you want to be off. Not that I don't care, it's not my business. Right. If you want to tell me, then go on tell me. But if not, hey, I need to leave. All right, put your time in and whatever. But that thing of understanding or that thing of looking at or hoping that those people cherish your values and your morals and stuff the same as you do.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Because not all the time that is a component that is considered. And to me, that's most important. Yeah. Like if you got me, if you could care about, or not even really care, because not showing me that you care, but that I don't have to feel guilt or sadness or
because I'm responsible because I got life.
Absolutely, because I got to tend to life. So, I can respect that, and that's another thing to even look at how your expectations or expectations period don't align with reality, what's actually going on. You go into these positions and in the jobs and graduating school, for whether it's high school or college or whatever have you, not thinking about the guilt, the resentment, those things that may be held against you because you gotta go tend to life. And that's hard. Which was one of the reasons why I wanted to come out of the working for someone type of ordeal, because when you have to feel guilty or you have to be somewhere at 2:00, you told them that you leave, but because you could tell that they mad or they feel away, so now I have to. You gotta stay. You trying to leave in like the last 10 minutes, and you rushing to where you trying to go and things like that. We shouldn't have to do that. Like, we shouldn't have to feel like this job, employment, position is more important than the things that I have going on in life. Yes, absolutely.
And I think we can say the same when it comes to fitness. I feel like people look at people's before and afters and they negate to think about the time in between. So your expectation is, if I just start doing this, and this, then I'm gonna be where I want to be just like that. And the reality of it is, like we talked about in the consistency and motivation episode, that's gonna require a lot of patience. That's the reality of it. Yeah, there's the surgery thing, and to each his own. That's what you choose to do. But if you want to be that person that says, you know what, I'm gonna work and get this off, the reality of it is you're gonna have to work to get it off. And the reality of it is too, and I don't know if we talked about it or not, can't remember. Everybody's bodies are different.
Yes.
So what may work for me may not work for you. Mm-hmm. You got all these flat tummy teas and detox teas and all those things. And while some of them do work, you have to see if it works for you.
Absolutely. And that's true. You know, we just being someone who is interested or, you know, finds a joy in fitness. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that reach out to me and they're like, you know, oh, I want to see that, because to them, through their eyes, through their perspective, oh, this happened for you, so it can happen for me. But they don't 100% see the journey. Like it's been a journey for me to even for myself to see the results and just to even be okay with the results. But they see what they would consider the end result. Yeah. And they're like, ooh, let me do what you doing. Oh, what diet you have? What this and that, thinking that, oh, I could do this in 7 days and I'm straight. Mm-hmm. Oh, and it doesn't work like that. And even for me, I can remember being that person trying this diet, the military diet, Daniel fast, just all types of things, Atkins, just all types of things to get this. In 7 days I could. That was the magic number. In 7 days I should have been lost 10 pounds. And although it can happen, but if you don't stick to it, if that 7 day don't start the 8th day, it's gonna come right back. And so now my expectation for what I had as far as fitness and seeing a change in my body is not meeting reality, and then I do what? Give up. You know. And so being able to say, wow, what is the expectation? And so we have to be able to move forward and say, I have to be able to set realistic expectations. Whereas, no, this may not happen in 7 days, but it may happen in 28 days, or it may happen in 60 days or whatever, so that you won't just fail or give up because that expectation isn't meeting reality, because you've been doing your military fast for 3 days and you got on the scale, you done gained a pound versus lost a pound, you know. And when that don't meet, you like, and then, going to the pizza.
You can talk about keto, because with keto only, from what my understanding of it is, it only becomes effective until your body hits ketosis.
Right.
So some people can get in ketosis like that. Some people, it take a little minute for them to get in ketosis. And then even with keto, you have the side effects that some people have. You have the rash,
the keto flu,
and all
the headaches, and
because you people bodies are different, so they may come to you and be like, well, I want to do keto too or whatever. And you're like, oh, well, this was my experience. You have to think about the fact that y'all bodies are different, so it may not affect her, but it may affect you differently. When I tried it, I'm still trying to try it, because it did work for me.
Yes.
That intermittent fasting, but I was fortunate enough to not experience the rash, the fever, or the flu or whatever. Keto, I wasn't. I think I had like constipation, but I think that was
cheese.
Yeah. So, but that may not be,
everybody's experience
for everybody or whatever. So, or people can cut meat and lose weight like that. They can cut sweets and lose weight like that. It just depends on the person and your body.
Yep.
And so when you going into fitness wise with these expectations, just think about the reality of it too. Like we said in the other episode, you didn't gain it overnight, so you're not gonna lose it overnight. You didn't these people that you see that's lifting weights and doing all that, they hit that with a strict diet and patience and consistency in the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it right there. Patience and consistency. Knowing that this isn't going to happen overnight. You know, that they say Rome was not built in a day. And it wasn't you can't just rebuild your body in a day. People think, oh, yep, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna be strong. Like, no, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna be skinny. And reality is that's not happening. You know, it's not happening. You may see all these different people on social media. It looks like this, it appears like this, and you think this is it, but in reality that it's not it. It's not it. And then that leaves you in or feeling, you know, disappointed or feeling like you can't do X, Y, and Z, you can't move forward. And it's sad.
It is. It's sad. It can be discouraging. It could be a lot of things or whatever. And then if you take it onto a financial standpoint, growing up, you know, you was told to go to school, get your degree, and you can get you a good job and live you a good life. And so when you were going through school, there was an expectation. I'm gonna go to school. If I make the good grades and I go to college and I go get this degree, when I come out, I'm gonna make this money. And then Google was free. So you could go on Google and look at salaries for this job, salaries for an accountant, salaries for an LPC, salaries for an engineer, salaries for a nurse. And so in your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to come out and make this money. And in your mind, as if you're not in tune with what money is, you see the number and you like, heck yeah. If I saw a number that was more than what my mama made, that was bad. But we is rich, you know, or whatever. And then the reality of it is, for some people, that when you graduate, you may go, the key word was average.
Yeah. Or entry level.
but there go. But average. Yeah. So average means they taking different numbers and getting a number within the area. So you could be above that number, you can be below that number. And we live in Louisiana. Louisiana loves putting people below that number. Yes. And certain jobs like to put you below, especially when you're entry level, because they look at it like, oh, you fresh out, you just hungry to get in the field, so you will take
anything,
whatever. And then now you take it back to the expectations of adulthood. You like, bet I'm gonna be out the house by 23.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna live in an apartment for 2 years. I'm gonna be a homeowner by 26 or whatever. And the reality of it is, for some people it could work, but for some people it don't. When you set your expectations so high, sometimes you gotta be prepared for that reality not looking what you think that it's gonna be.
Absolutely. Especially in that field or in the field of money or finances, because there comes a time where we may have been thinking about savings. Oh yeah, I'm gonna save all this money, and then like you said earlier, you know, things happen. I gotta get this done to my car, gotta get this done to my house. So we do want these things, but having to kind of side note and say, okay, well, this is for a rainy day. Because if I don't have my rainy day fund, then it comes from my regular funds, and now it ain't adding up. And that expectation falls short of what reality projected for us. You know, they say, yes, buy your own house, get this and get this type of car and this, but they ain't tell you about that $700 car note and that
or the maintenance
or that $1,500 house note or whatever, you know, you have to pay. But we see the thing and we're like, we want this, but we don't think about reality. Doesn't show us the things when the air conditioner go out or you need plumbing. You can't call the maintenance man.
Because that's what people like to push with the expectation of buying a home. Oh, because you giving, like I said, oh man, I'm paying these people rent every month and I'm giving them this money. On the flip side, though, as like I said in the last episode about my heat not cutting the heater on and my smoke detector went off. Yeah. All I did was went to the website, put the work order in, and then somebody finna come check this heater out. Whereas as a homeowner, and you do that, you gotta call the heating people, get a quote, decide you want to pay that quote, and then you have to pay that money. And so people set expectations around being a homeowner, and I mean by all means, I'm not gonna tell you not to do it,
right?
Because at the end of the day, it is an investment for some people. Absolutely. So go ahead and do it, but if that's what you want to do,
yes.
But don't go. But the reality of it is, that mortgage that you're paying, that may be less than what somebody's paying in rent, or right at what somebody's paying in rent, is going towards you owning that house. Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is, it's gonna happen. Yeah, and you are responsible for whatever ish happens.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, that little walkthrough that y'all do at the end, and they tell you to check everything, because once you sign that paper, you're responsible for anything that happens.
Well, outside
after
of
a certain time,
right? Outside of the warranty that it's like a year, or you can extend it to 3 years. But you become responsible. That's not everything. Yeah. Like, if that toilet break, you responsible. But it's like, I think they'll do like the dishwasher. And I know, like, we were able to call about our floor within the first year and things like that. But other than that, you're responsible. And so we have to just, moving forward, be able to realize that reality has to be able to set in at some point, and you to say, okay, I have to plan. This is my expectation, but this is reality, and what can I do for it to at least look similar? Because reality will say X, will say something different than what my expectation. Not saying that y'all should not try to, exceed and go as far as you want to go within your life, your careers, or whatever. But understand that reality is, things are harder. Sometimes we aim so high, where we're setting our expectations to be far above what reality is going to be able to provide. And so we have to be able to say, okay, right now in this position, what can my expectation? And then once I reach it and it's aligned with what reality actually is, and then I can shoot up. Then I can keep moving up. But to set this expectation exceedingly higher than what reality is going to allow, you setting yourself up for failure at that point. And then you're never going to make your goals and reach your expectations of the things that you want, because you're gonna be frustrated,
and you're gonna be sitting there in the middle of wherever you're gonna be at, your house, your car, whatever, and the first thing you're gonna say is, it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
It's not giving.
That's like when people set expectations for college life.
Yes.
When you glamorize college life.
Yes.
Or whatever, and especially now because you have the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I found it. I said the YouTube. When you have YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and they're showing you Pretty Wednesday. They showing you Homecoming Week. They showing you a random Tuesday evening in the circle. Because we went to Southern, but or Gremlin talked about the yard. They'll show you stuff like that or whatever, and so you going into this. To this institution, like, it's gonna be parties every freaking day. Yep. I remember watching Saved by the Bell in the morning, going to schools, and they had dances and sock hops and all those things. My mama said they called them, when she was in school, record hops. They had these dances and stuff, and everybody was dancing. You watching Love and Basketball, and they was dancing, and they little party scene. And so you going to these dances and clubs like, this what it's about to be. This is it. And nope, it ain't what you thought.
Nope, because that 8 o'clock class gonna catch you.
Man, what? The 8 o'clock class gonna catch you. The reality of it is, people do really go to class. Like, you down there to have fun. It's fun.
Yes.
But the reality of it is, the business comes first.
Yes.
You gotta go to class. You gotta do this. You gotta make sure your grades is on point. You may have to the reality of it is we broke. So the parties is cool, but you'll make that free before we whatever.
Free before
be
we
prepared for the 20. You're not gonna be in there drunk because you gotta pay 20 to get in, and then the drinks is what, it's probably $10 a piece.
Yep.
So a night out could cost you easily $80.
Easy.
When you factor in get something, because you gotta get something to eat. The cap is closed.
Yep. Absolutely.
So yeah, the expectations that are set can definitely cause some emotions.
Yes.
When their reality sink in and it's not given what it's supposed to give.
That, especially college wise, like, you know, it's almost like the expectation is because I go, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I made it to college, but reality is if you don't do what you're supposed to do in college,
you're gonna be back at home.
You're gonna be back at home. You're gonna fail out and you're going to be back at home thinking, what did I just do?
And we in the holiday season, so everybody quick to be like, oh, how was school? How this going? And how this going?
Absolutely.
Ooh, and then the expectations that people set on you. Because, you know, I'm approaching 32, so I know eventually people gonna be looking at me like, well, baby, you ain't married, you ain't got no kids yet. Like, what's
going on?
What's up?
What it do?
Is you the problem?
Am I the problem?
Because why you ain't, why you not there? And the reality of it is, apparently God said it ain't my time yet.
It's not.
And so, like, sometimes it's just not gonna give.
It's not gonna give. It's not gonna give what you wanted to give, but being okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard. Like you just was saying, approaching 32, people's gonna be trying to figure out why you not married, or why you don't have this, or why you don't have that, and having to just be okay with that, which people need to understand that. Stop asking people why they're not married, why they don't have children. Because just stop, because that puts a strain on people. But that too goes along with what reality gives. Mm-hmm. And when our expectation is, or the world's expectation on, oh, woman, you should be married, y'all should be married, y'all should have children by now. You 32, you should have children, 35, or whatever the case may be. And understanding
watching your eggs.
Right. Oh, because what
it's
your uterus can do
for you to get happy if you keep waiting on it any longer.
Absolutely.
Is you my gyno? Is you my gyno?
Huh?
Have you been all up in it to see what my eggs look like? No, you haven't.
You don't even know what eggs look like. But being able to just be okay with saying, okay, this is where I am. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. But that's hard though, because sometimes I have to check myself and say, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Because if I was supposed to be somewhere else, I would have been there. Mm-hmm. And so being able to just say, okay, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. What do I want to do next? Mm-hmm. And this is what I want to do next. Mm-hmm. But am I taking that step? Even if it's not the actual step, am I striding into the direction that's going to put me where I want to be? At least that, where I'm saying, this is reality, this is my expectation, or whatever the case may be, and I'm moving toward it. And that's it. We got to kind of eliminate that outside noise, those expectations of other people, because the expectations of other people is not my expectation, and it's not reality either. But eliminating that and saying, here's my expectation, here's what I want, here's what I feel I desire or deserve in life, aligning it what reality may look like, but I do believe that we're able to go above what reality provides, but understanding that it may take a little longer, it may be a little harder, but once I get here, then I can keep going. And so that reality don't knock me down, because reality will knock you down every time when it's not giving what it's supposed to give, or what you thought that it was gonna give.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it ain't giving.
It ain't giving.
It ain't giving, and it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. It is going to happen.
That's good. I'm gonna move into our question and answer portion.
Question and answer.
If you have any questions, feel free to email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. But we are going to go with the question we have today.
Yes. So the question is, what are some ways to navigate through your emotions when your path is not meeting expectations?
If I was to go first, I would say stop, breathe,
Breathe, stretch, shake,
let it go. And find some place, some level of contentment, because it may be some self-reflecting to go back and be like and look at where you are versus where you were versus where you are. Even I do that when I think about my place. I'm like, my place is not where I need to be, but then snap memories reminded me of like, but when you first moved in, look at what it looked like. And then now see what it looks like now. Or whatever. Or you when I think about my job and I complain about, I should be further ahead and this is not, I've been out of school this amount of time, whatever. And then I can go back to my first check and see what I was bringing home versus what I bring home now.
Yeah.
Or think about that time when I first started in my career, I was a contractor. And a contractor, you ain't getting no benefits, you ain't got none of that. You just get your little hourly pay or whatever, and that was that. And how much I was making an hour, what the check looked like every 2 weeks. Well, I was getting paid every week. So what the check looked like every week. And then you factor in where you at now, being a supervisor, where you supervise people, and you are bringing home, more money than you did when you first started. And then, so they push you to a place of like contentment, gratitude, thankfulness, all of that. Yeah. But then you find some way to motivate yourself to get yourself where you want to be. And speaking from experience or speaking from a personal thing, this is me. It's like, I know I've reached my peak at one point. So what's the next step and what does that look like? What do I envision myself doing? And what is the reality of that vision? What's the reality of the steps that I need to take? Because it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to, it may require some sacrifices. It may require maneuvering some things around that I've set that has been routine in my life. Yeah. That you may have to, do a little different, but just, and then finding a plan and sticking to it. And then Counselor Shakur will probably tell you to feel those emotions too. Because acting like they're not there is not going to get you nowhere. So feel those feelings and allow those emotions to, but let it fuel you. Don't let it consume you. Let it fuel you.
That's good. That's good.
I'm telling Shirt, don't let it consume you. Let it fuel you. Consume.
That's good. That's good. Kind of just to piggyback off of that, which was good answer. But
bravo.
But just to add to that, being able to get through or navigate those emotions, understand that you have to realize and accept the things that are out of your control, the things that you can't control. We can't control everything. And so, yes, I can control what my expectations are, but I can't control what reality may throw at me. And just being able to accept that I can't control everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control that this rock on the interstate just hit my windshield and now I gotta buy a whole new one. Or for me, I'm
triggered.
I just no, get this one, because I just bought a new windshield and within 3 weeks a rock hit it again.
Oh God, dog.
And so my husband's like, no, you're not getting another one. And I'm like, I need to. And he like, thug it out, But I can't control that rock. Even though I was, man, if I left the house 3 minutes later, it would have hit somebody else and not me.
Yep.
Just understand that we can't control everything. You stay within the means of the things that you can control and act off of those things. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing for me is setting, and I said a little earlier, setting realistic expectations. Mm-hmm. And only you know what realistic expectations look like for you. You only know what the length of that expectation is. And so making sure that when I say, oh, well, I'm going to start a business and quit my job. Okay, that's good. But understand that it's going to be some hardship. It's going to be tough. You're going to have some upfront stuff going on and things like that. And just don't make it so outrageous that it's not obtainable. Mm-hmm. And then you'll be good. But set realistic expectations. Yes.
That was good. If you have a question that you would like to submit to us, please feel free to email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. You can comment below. You can go to our Instagram page at unapologeticallyuspod on Instagram. DM us whatever you feel comfortable in doing. But if not, any topic discussions, you can email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. I've been having an email below in the video and in the description box. So feel free to do that. Now we are on to our next and final segment of the show, the wind down. And clearly we weren't playing this episode.
We sure did wind down.
The expectations of this episode met the reality of this wine being almost gone.
Absolutely.
Hope y'all been having y'all wine with us. Cause if not wine, at least a beverage.
Shot. No, I'm just playing.
You can have a shot, whatever floats your boat, whatever your thing.
Absolutely.
But sometimes stuff just ain't gonna give what it's supposed to give.
It's not gonna give, and that's okay. But no, not sometimes. All the time. It's not gonna give what it's supposed to give, but we still got room to move forward.
Yeah. As long as you're realistic about the reality of situations, then you can maneuver.
Absolutely. You definitely can. We shall succeed.
You be having to have something so profound to say. Baby, she cannot turn the counselor hat off.
Can't turn it off. It's natural.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, though.
True born counselor.
All mine's clear.
All mine's clear. Thank y'all so much for watching and listening.
Be sure to like, comment, because you've been waiting to say that. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Rate us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And until the next time, bye, y'all.
See y'all later.